Here's the ultimate test of whether concern about artificial food colors translates into actual market change. Are parents willing to pay the premium that naturally colored products often command? Consumer research on this question reveals a more complicated picture than simple surveys would suggest. When you ask parents directly whether they'd prefer dye-free products for their children, overwhelming majorities say yes. Survey after survey shows strong stated preferences for natural ingredients, particularly for items consumed by kids. Parents express concerns about artificial additives and indicate willingness to pay more for products without synthetic dyes. That sounds like a clear market signal. But observed purchasing behavior tells a more nuanced story. When researchers track actual purchases rather than stated preferences, the price sensitivity becomes apparent. At price premiums under 5%, many parents do consistently choose naturally colored alternatives. Above 10% premiums, a significant portion revert to conventionally colored products despite their stated concerns. This price sensitivity varies by demographic factors. Higher income, more educated parents show greater willingness to pay premiums and more consistent follow-through between stated values and actual purchases. Lower-income families face tighter budget constraints that limit ability to pay for premium products, even when they share concerns about ingredients. This creates troubling equity implications where artificial dye exposure correlates with socioeconomic status. Taste and child acceptance also matter enormously. Parents report that if children strongly reject naturally colored alternatives because they look or taste different, the practical reality of family food choices often overwhelms abstract ingredient concerns. A parent might prefer natural colors in principle, but if their child refuses to eat the naturally colored cereal and will eat the artificially colored version, the choice becomes more difficult. The discrete choice experiments are revealing. When researchers present trade-offs explicitly, would you pay an extra dollar per box for naturally colored cereal that your child might not like as much? The stated willingness to pay drops significantly. The abstract preference for natural ingredients confronts real-world constraints of budget and family dynamics. What this means for market transformation is that voluntary reformulation by manufacturers, particularly if done without significant price increases, will likely succeed better than expecting consumers to drive change through premium purchases. When companies reformulate existing products at similar price points, parents generally respond positively. When naturally colored alternatives exist only as premium line extensions, market penetration remains limited. Manufacturers have learned this lesson. Successful reformulation strategies involve gradually transitioning product lines rather than creating separate premium versions. Keep the same branding, same price point, reformulate the ingredients, and market the improvement. This approach captures parents who care about ingredients without requiring them to pay premiums or face child resistance to trying something new. The behavioral economics here suggest that defaults matter enormously. Make the standard products naturally colored, and most consumers will accept them without resistance. Force consumers to actively seek out and pay more for naturally colored alternatives, and many won't follow through despite stated preferences. This is why regulatory approaches that shift the default matter more than consumer education campaigns expecting individual purchasing decisions to drive market change. The honest assessment is that parents do care about artificial dyes in their children's food, but that concern competes with price sensitivity, convenience, child preferences, and all the other factors that shape real-world family purchasing. Creating healthier food environments requires making the healthier choice the default choice, not expecting consumers to constantly swim upstream against pricing, marketing, and shelf positioning that favor artificially colored products.